Greetings, luminous light beings of the new earth, rising up, illuminating the Dakini of Pachamama. Today, November 1st, the beginning of multiple portals. 111. I have some special information that I'll transmit at the end of today's transmissions from Divine Bro Star of the Light, Blue Wolf, who is 4th generation grandson of Sitting Bull. Also, Red Cloud is one of his ancestors from the Lakota Sioux. And this information is about, and this gnosis, about a special grand alignment and activation tomorrow on the 2nd. So I'll save that to the end. And we had an amazing conversation yesterday during the blue supermoon. Many synchronicities and many beautiful things came through. So I plan on having Blue Wolf on this channel in the near future to have a conversation about this great awakening and the new earth and the golden age. Today, after many hours of total calm on the Schumann charts, we had a manifestation of 13 hertz and many light codes coming in. Also, today I reached 13,000 subscribers on my main YouTube channel, Paul Butler. So thank you everyone for subscribing. And 13, we have the 1313 portal, which was the 4th portal to my sacred condor. And it's a 44 code into the 8. And then the eagle, the white gold eagle, makes 9, the council of 9. We have the 369 code coming in, 242. And 13 is the number of the divine goddess, the queen, Shakti, which is fully embodied here in this realm for this final shift and our final mission of manifesting heaven on earth. Aho. We had 122 M1.5 or greater earthquakes in the last 24 hours. We have the 12, the 22, and the 222 codes coming in. We also had a 3.1 in Texas today. The sacred portal in Bolivia, South America, 4-5 with the 9 energies, very deep into Pachamama, 263 kilometers. That is the 11 code, and that was right on the Tropic of Capricorn, the southern tropics, 22.2 miles from Villazon, Bolivia, 22.072 latitude, 65.942 longitude with the 4-5. That's the 9 of completion, 121 UTC. So we have the 222 and the 222, which is the 66. And then in Chile, the sacred Andes Mountains, where our sacred condor flies high, 4-6. Then Japan across the ring of Lemuria, the ring of fire, another 4-6. So we have the 10-10, the first portal to sacred condor. Indonesia 4-8 with the 12 code. The most powerful today was in East Timor, which is also on the ring of fire close to the equator, with a 5-7, 12 energy, 343 UTC, 181 kilometers depth. We had in the crown today a 4.3 in Sandpoint, Alaska, the crown of the Queen of Lemuria. Costa Rica, Central America, 5-2, 4.8, South Shetland Islands, which is what I call the trunk of Ganesh, the sacred elephant of abundance and joy. 4.2 in the sacred portal, again in the North Aegean Sea with Greece. Then another 4.2, that again the 6-6 code, the divine goddess portal of Greece. Russia 4.6, Argentina 4.3, again in the sacred Andes Mountains. And then at 4-4 in Greece again, multiple activations with this goddess energy coming in. The sacred portal of Croatia, 4.6. Chile again, 4.0. And the sacred portal were the 3 powerful holy mountains, Tian Shan, Celestial Mountain, Kunlun, and Himalayan in Tajikistan, 4.6, 10 kilometers depth. Carlsberg Ridge, 4.6, 10 kilometers depth. And that Carlsberg is off the coast of Africa by Somalia in the Arabian Sea. It's just east of Africa, Somalia, south of Oman, in between Africa and India, close to the Arabian Basin, another powerful portal opening. And then in Papua New Guinea, 4.5, Atlantean energy in Puerto Rico, 3.2, and then again in Alaska, 3.9 with the 12 energy, Divine Goddess. Then about an hour ago from this recording, again in Chile, South America, the sacred black gold condor energy, 4.1. The whole ring of fire again, totally lit up, totally activated. And then right on the Tropic of Cancer, in the center, the heart of Atlantis, the mid-Atlantic ridge, 4.9 with the 13 again. So we have the 13, 13, 13, which is the 444, lighting up the grid, lighting up our chakras, and activating the rainbow bridge. So feel into that energy as it rises up through the path of the Kundalini, through your Katika channel, Shushumna, into the celestial realm, or what we call the sacred heavens, the holiest of holies. So we anchor in the highest codes, the holiest vibration, frequency, resonance, through our sacred temples of these vessels, these bodies that we inhabit for this great mission. So thank you for joining us, and thank you for shining your light brightly into the night. We start today's first transmission from Divine Bro Star of the Light, Michael Love, the event 2020, Earth Alliance update, 10/31/2020. Here we go. The final battle for planet Earth has now moved into its completion phase as Light Forces Command has given a green light go directive to initiate final Operation Ascension Earth. The Earth Alliance just received a major data stream directly from Light Forces that contain an amazing cache of new intel about the timeline for the rest of Earth year 2020. Highlighted data markers contained in this latest cache of Earth Alliance intel. A massive DNA expansion has been occurring on planet Earth over the last 30 Earth days, which is pushing the Great Awakening to heightened new levels. This DNA expansion is triggering a significant elevation in global human consciousness. A major world event shows up on Earth's timeline around November 5th, which is a catalyst for the upcoming event culmination. The data marker shows this event is a positive one. However, it will have quite a shocking impact on global human consciousness. This consciousness leap is a major turning point on Earth's ascension timeline, and like dominoes falling, triggers other world events that are aligned with humanity's highest good. You're going to witness some amazing things happening over the next couple of Earth months across planet Earth. One major data marker is the latest cache of Light Forces intel shows as of October 2020, a larger sphere was detected moving behind Earth's sun. This giant sphere plays a main role in Earth's coming grand solar flash. The data shows that right now on Earth's timeline is the point on Nibiru's 3,600-year orbit through Earth's solar system, where this massive planet comes close to Earth again. We have some special channeling and teachings in our upcoming broadcasts about the grand beings that came to Earth 450,000 years ago, and we tell you they have come again to make things right with humanity. This part of our upcoming message is based in pure factual evidence that will answer every question about everything that has occurred on Earth since humanity was created. More details about the magnificent celestial stargate that will open on 12/21/2020, which marks the dawn of the new age of Aquarius and the first day of the Satyuga of central sunlight. The winter solstice of 2020 is the actual time period the ancient indigenous beings were referring to when they ended all their long count calendars in this ascension period from 2012 to 2020. Details all coming up in our channel Pleiadian Light Forces transmission, to be posted here at 11:11 p.m. Sunday night on the 1st of November. Light Forces Operation Mjolnir update. As you may know, an angelic battle of epic proportions has been taking place above the Earth out of humanity's view. Light forces have been blasting the hell out of the few remaining Draco forces hanging around in sublunar space, using powerful Pleiadian Jolner scalar technology over the last 2 Earth weeks, and the dark forces that have held Earth in bondage for eons are now 99% cleared out of this sector. The forces of light that guard humanity have won on every front, and now everything is ready. The great time of the Earth has finally come. Now we begin. Stand by for the ride of a lifetime. Are you ready? Godspeed, Michael and the Pleiadians. 5DEarthProject.com. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Celia Fenn. The energy of the full moon, blue moon, Halloween is amplifying the flows of love and sacred light codes into our hearts. We are approaching the final stages of this cycle of ascension. Starting tomorrow, we will begin crossing an 11-day bridge that culminates at the 1111. The bridge will take us to our new destinations, Nova Terra Gaia, the 5th dimensional expression of the new Earth, Nova Terra Elysium, the 7th dimensional expression of the new Earth, home of the ascended masters and blessed ones, Nova Terra Galactica, the 9th dimensional access to the galaxy and beyond. The key to your destination is within your heart. Journey well, dear traveler. The adventure is only just beginning. And today from Divine Bro Star the Light, Mike Harrigan. Our cellular DNA is going through major upgrades as we continue to receive higher light frequencies from galactic and cosmic forces. Having a human experience and feeling deeply is how we grow and transform our soul. Ascension brings in higher frequencies of light that cause many unusual and unpleasant symptoms to our physical body. This is necessary in order to shift to higher and more expanded states of consciousness. The old patterns and programming within can't reside in the higher dimensions, so they have to surface and be felt to be released. We get to stay in our human vessel as we go higher and can access our innate healing intelligence, unique abilities, and insightful wisdom. As a result of raising and expanding our vibration, we can live in a very new and empowering reality with heightened awareness, where our hearts lead us into unity consciousness. The new 5D Earth is being infused with higher light frequencies that are activating the crystalline light codes in our DNA. These crystalline light codes connect us with the library of our soul that contain the records of creation. They hold the memories of the past, present, and all consecutive lives in all dimensions in time. We continue to receive powerful light frequency as we embody, descend Christ consciousness into our physical human bodies, and further ascend into our heavens within, shift our perception consciousness to higher dimensions, and ascend, transform our body from carbon-based to crystalline. We can feel the higher energies, dimensions all around us. I do feel today the floating, levitating, ascension sensations, some fuzziness, wooziness, strange, spaced-out feeling, but also the peace, serenity, and tranquility in the air, the loving, warm energies spiraling me up, and all the loving beings accompanying me in my elevation. Ascension symptoms have been off the charts. How are you all feeling, and what tools, techniques, remedies, exercises can you share to assist and support others? We experience all, depending on the stage of our personal evolution and individual unique soul, but we are all on the same, remembering ascension journey home. As Ram Dass quoted, we are all just walking each other home. I love you. From Divine Sister of the Light, Asara. Are you activating, transforming to the higher dimensions? Your transformation to the higher dimension is underway, and your physical body is currently experiencing a tremendous upgrade. And the cells in your body, your DNA structure, your emotional and mental body, your aura, and your chakra systems are receiving high amounts of light codes to adjust you to the higher dimensional frequencies. Many of you might experience dizziness, ringing in the ears, a racing heartbeat, fatigue, and other symptoms. Please know that this is only temporary until the adjustment to the higher vibrational frequencies is complete. The more you are relaxing into this process by focusing on deep, slow breaths, drinking plenty of water, taking naps, and getting enough sleep, the easier this will be for you. The more you push against it, the stronger the symptoms become. Dear ones, know that this is all a very good thing, and besides your physical transformation, we invite you to focus on the opening to the higher dimensional realities. Pay attention to the pockets of ease and flow, love and joy, peace and harmony, because this is giving you a glimpse of the new earth dimension. Focus on them, savor them. Your morning meditations will allow you to fully connect with Source and to allow you to realize that you are an extension and expression of Source. With that comes the realization that you are in fact the creator of your reality, and this is becoming more and more tangible for you. Know that all is well, beloved ones. Welcome home. We are walking beside you every step of the way. Dear ones, you are loved beyond measure, always. I am Archangel Michael, and I bring you this truth. Awakening is a very active process through which step by step we dissolve the barriers from our consciousness that prevent us from knowing our soul's journey. Open to the light within you. It knows everything. It heals. From Divine Sister of the Light, Elizabeth Peru. As we enter November, the 11 gateway month of 2020 opens. Uranus is opposite the Sun, and it is closest to Earth all year. All under the blue full moon, comfort zones will be stressed. What magnificent cosmic support is here, encouraging you to rise up, be adaptable, and embrace the mature, wise soul that you are. From ElizabethPeru.com. And today from Astro Mama, November 2020. Welcome to November. We have now entered the 11th year of 2020. I mean, the 11th month. Pat yourself on the back. Give yourself the grace you so deserve. This year of 2020 has been nothing short of extraordinary. November 2020 proves to be another life-changing month. You are up for it. You are strong enough. You are in the home stretch, my loves. Keep your head held high and rise. It is time to shine. Own it and let your soul be seen and heard. We begin this active as you know what month with Mercury, the planet of the mind, contracts and communication, turning direct at 25 degrees of Libra on November 3rd. Of course, this is election day here in the U.S. Oh, how the stars continue to humor us. For the last 3 weeks while Mercury was in retrograde motion, our plans and projects could have been delayed or halted altogether. Miscommunication was rampant and skeletons from the past could have returned. Deep soul diving was required, and if we didn't have enough to already deal with, we were asked to find our fifth wind and a sense of extraordinary strength and adaptability. With Mercury now direct in the peaceful, loving sign of Libra, communication will get sorted and we can move forward again with plans. Since Libra is ruled by Venus, the planet of love, pleasure, and joy, our words will have the power to heal and comfort again. Major relationship breakthroughs can begin to happen, and peaceful and loving thoughts and intentions return, declaring peace on situations from the past if possible, and the willpower to bring justice to a situation or circumstance in our lives takes center stage. The middle of the month is anything but quiet. In fact, it is quite mind-boggling. From astromama.com. And from Here in the Moon Astrology, Sunday, November 1st, 2020, a heads up. A trickster storm. Yesterday, October 31st, Taurus, Halloween full moon, conjunct unpredictable Uranus, kicked open a door you never realized was there, delivering jolting shocks and surprises ahead of the Mercury direct storm on November 3rd. The messenger stations to turn forward on 25 Libra conjunct Haumea, harbinger of epochal events, opposite disruptor Eris, squaring sober Saturn twice in 5 days. Already across Europe, a second round of lockdowns has just been imposed against the background of a fatwa against France and a seismic earthquake in Turkey and Greece. Expect a charged week of trickster chaos with U.S. voting system glitches, given Mars retrograde until November 14th and the third Jupiter-Pluto conjunction on November 12th. Nothing is going to be cut and dried. The rapidly approaching end of an entire epoch, a permanent shift in the zeitgeist, plus the first U.S. Pluto return since the Founding Fathers, is putting current political dramas into their correct perspective that is little more than trying to frantically rearrange the deck chairs on the Titanic. The key players will appear and disappear, lit by the flickering light of publicity and social media, but the coming social transformation between 2021 through 43 is going to be so much more powerful than any party or person. Powerful magnetics are shaking, recoding, and overwriting old realities, Even in our 4D tribes, there are still so many making futile attempts to get back to how it used to be, so many stuck in outdated New Age practices, naively expecting that we can just wait for a silver bullet in the shape of a one-shot vaccine or a new leader and then go singing and dancing into a sparkling new Aquarian age of love and light. In your own life, drop any attachment and expectations around the way things should be or used to be or could be and stay wide open to the mysteries of what is. From here on the moon, astrology.co.uk. And from the Gene Keys, Unlocking the Higher Purpose Hidden in Your DNA by Richard Rudd, we have Gene Key 44, October 31st through November 4th, 2020. So again, the 44 code and the 444. Gene Key 44 is interference, teamwork, synarky. Synarky is the higher ordering principle upon which the entire universe is constructed. It is the karmic evolutionary impulses that unites people, that is drawing humanity into its next evolutionary phase to see and know ourselves as a single, unified field. Because you are drawn to a particular teaching, you've been drawn mysteriously, karmically, like a bee to a flower, and there are others also drawn to the same flower, so you share something similar in your essence, and that's powerful. To meet others on the same wavelength as you, others grappling with similar challenges, physical, emotional, spiritual. So you can connect here, you can find support, you can find understanding, and above all, you can find love. And it's this love that creates synarky. Richard Rudd. And from the Yi Ching, code 44, coming to meet. The wind blows beneath the radiant sun, disseminating the pollen of divine wisdom throughout the world. Synarky is the beauty of clarity. Teamwork is fresh intuition. Interference is the entropy of unease, creating intention. When the ruler issues commands, he has them proclaimed in every corner of the world. Synarky means we all lead together. It doesn't mean that we're all the same, not at all. It means that our uniqueness has a place within the orchestra, and instead of just playing a nice tune and being oblivious to all those around us, we begin to play in harmony with everyone. Richard Rudd, 64 Ways, from genekeys.com. Today from the Archangelic Calendar. Gaia is in the element of Earth Spirit in a deep and meaningful way. This setting indicates that we are about to see what happens when the Spirit takes over the physical dimensions straightforwardly. The Earth aspect of the setting indicates that all of this will happen in real time. No more summon and wait. Luna is as strong as she has ever been and has caused a double jump in all adjacent columns in the calendar as she went full. The sun, moon, and stars aligned and prophesied in fantasized ways. Now the rest of the planet needs to catch up with this. The other purpose of this circumstance is that extra-dimensional help has a bookmark to follow if they feel inclined to help humanity. Please note, all life is aware of what is going on planet Earth. Choosing to help or not help, or deciding not to decide, a choice was made. The silly Schumann is still trying to put a Q-tip in the ocean and call it analyzed. Nevertheless, the anomalies on the screen will provide for some mild entertainment. Philosophical buffet. In the days of Atlantis, we always worked in groups so that no one could honestly know whose hand is most important to the day's tasks. Some did stray from this mentality and went at it alone, and this path is perfectly acceptable if you can tame your ego to the point of non-existence. We're all made of the same divine cloth, and regardless of our manifestation this time around, this truth puts us all as equals. You will have to live in everyone's shoes that ever existed. If life has existed, you will be experiencing it at some point in your infinite spiritual career. Everyone is everyone in a natural and quantumly entangled way. Humanity's issue in hiding is trying to control others, which crosses all levels of consciousness. If humans could eliminate the urge to hold each other, that would be ideal. But we must be sure it does not manifest within ourselves. We are imagined cells and our micro work counts on a macro scale. For many years I worked directly with the secluded, religious, Jewish communities. I built great trust with the community, so much that the elder rabbis allowed me to break segregation and work with males and females. To my point, the elders of the community are well aware of their origin story that started on another timeline, and then ended up wandering through what they thought was a desert for 40 years, to then they arrived here. This mostly innocent faction of humanity is under a massive attack, and thus we will be entering them and all others of the strong religious faith to our legion's protection. If they are of a pure heart, we will not punish anyone for theology or lack thereof. All of the pure hearts are protected. This is always the case, but in observance of the law of disclosure, we will officially state it here. Some archangels do not speak in a native tongue, and some do, but they are not relevant to this conversation. It is a beautiful experience to communicate in a nonverbal way with an archangel, and there is no limit to how they will share with you. The most common reaction we get when we encounter a malevolent being is confusion. They are usually asking, why are they working together and what are they doing here? We love this, and it makes it feel like a comic book superhero stable. Thanks for keeping it fun, guys. The most popular form of spirituality are forged thousands of years ago. Did we not think that there would be any progress in spirituality department for thousands of years? We must stop clinging to the old, even in spirituality. A life form does not need to be useful to be loved. Transitioning to 5D, UFOs over the Pacific Ocean will increase as seismic activity will increase spectators. They may appear as clouds that will be more dense than usual, although everything will be more vivid and vibrant as time goes on. There was a rally at a place where I had a recurring dream about quantum entanglement. It is also the place where I had an epiphany about the nature of time. The dream had strange lights zooming around a park, and when I saw photos of this event in Brooklyn, I saw the same thing. This scene is something that I've seen for the last 25 years, and it was as clear as day for the naked eye to see. We have reached the climax, and the upcoming events are the bridge to a realized 5D world. The food and nutrition industry has been getting away with murder, literally, for far too long. Bleach, cyanide, harsh chemicals, and other non-caloric poisoning agents are in foods without mentioning it on the label. We will be evoking the hand that feeds the law on the benevolent food supply. If there is anything harmful in a food, the karma will go to whoever decided to put it in. The earthquakes in China are natural and are a response to the energy of the area. Usually this is not the case, as human-made quakes are very common, but this cluster is called upon by Mother Earth. The tools for today's assignment are in the link in the description below. The assignments for today. Our entrance and exit portals are incredibly efficient. Please continue to use them. Cloaked ships are only visible by peripheral gaze, are malevolent. If a sentient or benevolent ship wants to make contact, they will do it directly. Wallop them with sword and shield. You must disable the vessel. We seem to be the only ones able to see them. Media has programmed a recurring loop called Damsel in Distress. This is a loop whereas a person keeps making mistakes to be a helpless rescue. In these motions, the damsel's worth is validated inside of the rescue. This game runs in all directions with all genders and orientations. Regardless of the semantics, humanity played a dangerous game with this subliminal programming. We must do everything in our power to stop this, and to do so we must bring Cinderella's castle to a metaphysical crumble. This castle was made in a malevolent tone and is located in the third and fourth dimensions. This castle also initiates millions of people into a cult they do not know existed since World War II. Cities in need of a violet flame bath: Redcar, Vegas, Toronto, Tel Aviv, Myanmar, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., New York City, Los Angeles, Daytona, Bali, Aleppo, New Delhi, Frankfurt, Nepal, Cyprus, Valhalla, Shanghai, Sao Paulo, Cairo, Melbourne, Sydney, Cape Town, Annapolis, Portland, Seattle, and L.A. We will be stopping all dark ceremony with a perpetual violet flame aimed for 3 days prior and 3 days forward to today's target date. This technique is an excellent exercise in adding width to this metaphysical tool, but it's also very appropriate for the macro climate. Send a broadened, perpetual violet flame that engulfs the earth for 6 archangelic days, and do not forget to include all relevant dimensions. I can't stress the importance of adding depth to all metaphysical tools. We know that we use an orange flame to reveal anything on a micro or macro scale. This flame works in a non-biased way, but does nothing for transmutation. If you encounter an angel, archangel, or galactic that you are not sure of, send them an orange flame. Be ready to go if things are not what they seem. This statement is mentioned in the assignments because more likely than not, you will be encountering this. We will also aim the orange flame at all public figures. There's too much smoke and mirrors, and the time has come for us to burn down the veil. We must not allow imposters to run around. Everyone must be held accountable for their actions. Create a malfunction in the clones by sending the following electrical impulses through the airs of Earth: white, red, blue, indigo, red, violet, indigo, violet, rainbow. Then finish it off with an orange flame and a violet flame. Go after the new leader of WOW, the woman in the red dress. She can be located everywhere and frequently moves throughout dimensions. She thinks she is the end-all be-all of the entire sacred feminine collective. Many hearing this should draw exception to her proclamation, and if she is unchallenged, her dark magic will become more effective. Go after her with sword and shield, and make sure she exits via an exit portal. We have a time-traveling group on the outskirts of the fourth dimension trying to inch their way into our reality. Go at them with sword and shield and make sure they exit via an exit portal. This group seems to keep regrouping in the third dimension and resurging through the fourth. The thing about higher consciousness is that we always see them approaching from below. We know about the Earth's parallels embedded with specific metaphysical bells, as all hours include specific meditation bells. It has become time to imbue the horizon with light-imbued radiating bells. The horizon changes ever so slightly daily, so we will be imbuing in a much more micro way than we do the longitude parallels. We will continue to do this until we have achieved a total circumference imbuement. We have about 2,500 lightworkers who are incredibly skilled at this type of work and read this daily. It could, theoretically, take us only a day or two to complete this task. Pop-in portals are portals that allow only our legions to enter and exit an area without anyone knowing. To erect a PIP, start with a concentrated point of diamond light and expand it until it disappears into the background. Once complete, this portal will allow for stealth maneuvers for all of our 21 legions. Please place at least 3 of these at relevant locations of your choosing. Assignment upgrading enlightenment update. We have let this assignment marinate for a little bit, and what we are seeing is that this is a very complicated issue from thousands of years ago. When Earth was declared a slave planet by the Draco, there were traps set for those who broke through median consciousness boundaries. The specific trap is to ensure that the herd move together regardless of the direction. There are giant restraints that vary in many different shapes and sizes, containing the masses in such a manner. The solution is not as simple as blasting it with a magical sword because the bottom would fall out. The solution is twofold: surround humanity with non-restrictive rainbow light and rainbow plasma while slowly dissolving some restraints and going at it with a sword on others. You would have to sort this out with a delicate hand and keen senses. From the archangeliccalendar.com and from Gaia Portal. Portions of light combine into the new vibration. Fortunates collect the forgotten. Particles of sight are beamed to all. Final stages have been set. From GaiaPortal.wordpress.com. And from the Zolkin Times, Kin 217, Red Solar Earth. Solar is the name for the number 9, and its keywords are intention, pulse, and realize. I am always banging on about the power of solar days because in my experience, they are the most powerful days in any wave spell. There is a great deal of energy available to tap into on these days, so make the most of it. Today is Red Earth, which represents evolution, navigation, and synchronicity. Today is about using your intention to evolve. Summon up your determination and get the job done. Don't think too small either, or you'll waste a great opportunity. The guide today is the Red Skywalker, which represents space, wakefulness, and explore. Whenever Skywalker guides, he is encouraging us to do things we normally wouldn't. Think of Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Be daring. It may be the very thing that aids your evolution. The challenge is the blue hand, the symbol of healing. If you are a blue hand, you may find it harder to evolve than everyone else today, but don't despair. Grit your teeth and have a go anyway. The occult power is the yellow seed, which represents sowing awareness. When in this magical position, the yellow seed shares wisdom concerning all things magical. This knowledge is very handy when trying to evolve, so pay close attention. The ally is the white wind, the communicator. If you need help, a white wind will have something to say to you that can really make a difference. Today, from Divine Sister of the Light, Christina Papagiorgio, surrender to the sweetness. All Saints' Day, a glorious spring day here in Melbourne, Australia. The sun is shining, skies are blue, and all is well. My pure white roses are flush with bountiful blooms after the soaking rains. Even a rogue red rose has mutated from the white bush. Passion abounds. It's time to stop and smell the sweet perfume of roses. Le dolce vita. Red Solar Earth, Kin 217, 1 November 2020. Pulsing a love revolution. 111-2020 equal 111-22 equal 124 equal 7. 124 rapid progress. 1 new beginnings original leader. 11 portal doorway duality. 2 partnership cooperation twins. 22 architect of peace master builder. 4 form structure foundation earth. 7 mystic magic spiritual initiation solitude. Kin 217 equal 10 manifestation leadership authority new beginnings. Welcome to November. November is the 11th month, which denotes a doorway or portal into other realms. As it falls in the sign of Scorpio, these doorways can lead us into new spiritual and esoteric realms. 11 denotes polarity, and so we have the potential for duality conflicts and challenges this month. The power battles can arise with much struggle over darkness and light. A very intense month of tremendous soul growth and planetary revolution is upon us. Buckle up and grab your popcorn. The number 11 reduces to a 2, which indicates that if you can find some common ground, then unity is possible. The 2 favors partnership and cooperation. This code kicks off today on the gorgeous energy of Kin 217. 9 months ago, this Kin occurred on Valentine's Day, so we have a beautiful, romantic, and passionate start to this sexy, crazy month, especially with the full moon in Taurus, the sign of the sensual bull. A great boost for twin flames and those souls desiring more love. Make love, not war. Today we are pulsing waves of bliss and unconditional love throughout our planet to create transformational evolution. Another humongous day on planet Earth. A beautiful code for All Saints' Day. Day 9 in the red moon wave spell of the goddess, who is enhancing our intuition and sensitivity as we purify our vessels in order to find our flow. Today we are realizing synchronicity through listening for the right timing, in order to explore and expand into our true flow, that of union through divine unconditional love, the pulse of Mother Earth. Tone of creation, solar, tone 9 operates in the spiritual realm. Action, realizing, power, pulse, essence, intention. The 9th day of the wave spell is the one that gives the last push prior to manifestation. The solar phase is where we wake up to the fact that our will affects the reality we experience, so we begin pulsing, extending our intent into realization, visualizing what we want to manifest and pulsing that intention from our heart. This assists us in realizing our intentions. This potent manifestation energy today. What seeds of intention are you pulsing into reality? Are you pulsing out bliss bombs through your pure, loving hearts? In its divine synchronicity, having bliss code as our higher self energy today, linking back through the portal 9 months ago to Valentine's Day, the focus of romantic unions, whether physical or energetic, is to ground this bliss on earth. Indeed, this is a pivotal time for Mother Gaia calling on her children to be the pillars anchoring these divine love codes on earth. Today we are cultivating our brilliant and life-enhancing ideas, plans, and harmonic patterns to magically manifest the new path we are navigating upon. Today we share our packets of light with others so that their spark can ignite their soul's potential. It is a beautiful day to flower and plant new ideas in the minds of the receptive in order to target greater planetary awareness of our evolutionary path. A beautiful day to pulse love to each other and our Pachamama throughout all realms and dimensions. Feel this power of spirit pulsing through our veins and allow nature to soothe our soul and heal our ailing stressed bodies. Catching some solar rays and absorbing the light codes and nutrients from the sun can be tremendously healing on our body and soul today. Open to the flow of chi that meanders majestically through the rivers, mountains, and woods of the natural world to accomplish great healing today. The blessings that Manik bestows upon this day is the potent power of accomplishment, the ability to accomplish healing and manifest our collective dreams into our new reality. We can accomplish our collective Earth mission of pulsing forth great tsunami waves of unconditional love today. In order to manifest heaven on Earth, welcome to the 5th dimension of infinite love, planetary kin. Enjoy this beautiful day, beloveds. Stop, listen, connect, and revel in the flow of synchronicity pulsing forth today, leading you back to the river of love. Today's question is, how can we synchronize with the heartbeat and rhythms of Terra Nova, navigating into the divine flow of higher love pulsing throughout the cosmos? Divine blessings for the exploring, expanding, and navigating into more synchronic, divine, and loving heart space. We are one heart. And Lakek Alakin, Christina White, Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66. Kin 217, Red Solar Earth. The mantra, the code for today is, I pulse in order to evolve. Realizing synchronicity, I seal the matrix of navigation. With the solar tone of intention, I am guided by the power of space. And on this powerful day of activations and downloads, let us know, beloved beings of light, what you are experiencing, what you're feeling, what you're seeing, your visions, your dreams, and your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmissions. And we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. I'd like to also thank everyone for your support and pledges on Patreon. Since demonetizing YouTube to get rid of the ads and to free myself from some of the stupidity of YouTube rules, I'm relying 100% on pledges on Patreon and donations to keep this channel going and to do my work. I'm out here in Washington State. I left my business and everything behind, my friends, family, for this great mission and to connect with my sacred condor, divine goddess. And I'm out here doing this work and fulfilling my mission of the eagle flying with the condor and manifesting the new earth with all of you. So I appreciate everyone's support, and I'm about halfway to the point on Patreon to be able to bring these transmissions to you daily. And I'm currently looking for a space. I'm temporarily in an Airbnb and living out of hotels until I can find something more permanent. And I'm looking in Clark County. If anyone knows of anything, please send an email to habanerosun@yahoo.com. So I'd like to welcome and thank Divine Angel of the Light, Kai Kahuna, for your pledge and support on Patreon. I'd like to also welcome and thank Divine Sister of the Light, Allison Hall, for your pledge and support. And I'd also like to thank Divine Bro Star of the Light, Preston W. Crawford, for your pledge and support on Patreon. Thank you, beloved beings of light, for your support. This is keeping me fed and a roof over my head for now until I find something more permanent. And it's because of your support that we'll be able to bring many amazing things to the collective through this channel and through other missions of healing retreats and many other things to come. We're also looking for property and land by Mount Adams. And yes, we know James Gilliland. Every day people are sending me messages about James and ECETI. We're looking for private land and property to create our own center that people can come for healing and ceremony. So if you have anything available or know of anything, then please send that email to us. And I appreciate everyone's offering for land, but our visions are showing us here in Washington State. So now we will continue with a couple stories, a couple transmissions from Divine Bro Star, the Light Blue Wolf. And Blue Wolf owns Crystal Keepers in Mount Shasta, crystalkeepers.net, NET. Blue Wolf is 4th generation grandson of Sitting Bull, one of our angelic Bro Stars of the Light here of our 144 angelic team. to raise the consciousness of humanity through this great awakening. I have about 4 pages of notes from our conversation. We had an amazing conversation for over an hour yesterday with this blue moon energy coming in. And one of the things that we talked about is tomorrow, or depending on when you're listening to this, on the 2nd of November is one of the most powerful alignments. And the Earth is aligning perfectly with a great central sun, which there's going to be a massive download activation. Now, when we give dates or times for things in the future, we ask that you remove any expectations. Do not expect anything in the mind. Just feel with the heart and know that these are anchor points in the infinite space-time continuum that is anchoring in certain codes, certain frequencies. So there's going to be a big ceremony on Mount Shasta, which Blue Wolf is assisting in. Divine Sister of the Light that you can connect with, that is part of the ceremony. Tantra Maat, Tantra-Maat, Tantra Maat. They are building a spiral, I believe, out of stone. Blue Wolf is assisting with this. It's going to be a permanent structure up on Mount Shasta, and it's going to be mirrored from the sacred temple in Italy, Damanhur. And this is Damanhur, Damanhur, which is a powerful temple, and within there is the Temple of Humanity. And this team on Shasta is going to build a stone spiral to bring in the energy. The spiral will be on the earth, and it will go into the earth, the energies, and it will store this information, this download coming from the great central sun through our sun, and the information, the gnosis, the energy, and this will be encoded information from higher worlds of order, ushering in the next phase of our awakening of this great shift. So this activation and download will be the catalyst, this quantum leap of consciousness from Homo sapien to HomoLuminous. So this morning, Blue Wolf sent me a message that this great central sun download on the 2nd will start a 200-year cycle of awakening. The previous 200-year cycle was called the cycle of materialism. Most astrologers are looking at this event from the Earth's perspective. This event on the 2nd is from the sun's perspective, where a portal on the sun will open when the information from the great central sun hits our sun on November 2nd. So just be aware of the energies on the 2nd and allow whatever comes in to activate your DNA, to activate the codes within your cells, within your strands of DNA, as we're upgrading from the double strand 64 to the 12 strand crystalline code of 144. And Blue Wolf is in communication with Mount Shasta. So in the future, we're going to be releasing in our transmission messages coming directly from great being of light of Mount Shasta. And we'll be archiving these on our website and then putting them on Patreon. And we plan on doing some powerful transmissions through this channel with our bro star Light Blue Wolf, and in time other guests, other light workers, warriors of the light that are on this great mission of awakening humanity 44 coming in again. So I'm going to bid you all adieu and thank you for listening to today's transmissions. I appreciate all of you and your support, your connections, and for shining your light brightly into the night. Keep walking your sacred path with heart, beloved beings of light. I love you all. Namaste.